There's no eggs on the shelf. When they are on the shelf, people can't afford them. And I'm pretty upset about that. And I'm tired of being silent about it. Hey guys, welcome to Chickenlandia. I am a backyard chicken educator here in the Pacific Northwest, but you can call me the president of Chickenlandia. Your feet are dirty. I'm gonna put you down, honey. There's all these memes going around on social media right now about the price of eggs, and some of them, they're really funny. Like, they are really funny. I've been laughing at a lot of them. But even though there's some funny stuff out there, and I have had a laugh or two, we're actually in a really serious situation. My brother just sent me a message yesterday, and he and his wife had gone to the grocery store, and this was in California, and there was literally no eggs. And I know that this is a lot of people's situation. They go to the grocery store, there's either no eggs at all, or what's there they just cannot afford. You know, I really believe that no matter how you grow up, no matter how much money you have, that at the very least you should have access to decent quality food. You should be able to grow your own food if you want to. You should be able to, at the very least, have access to the basics of life. And I do think that you have the right to feel, you know, a sense of security in your own country, especially when it comes to having just like the very bottom basics, like having food on your table. And the reason for that is that I didn't grow up this way. I grew up pretty poor. My parents were immigrants. They immigrated from Guatemala, and especially my mom in Guatemala, like, she was a victim of third world poverty. So I have seen real major poverty, like, kids don't have shoes kind of poverty. So I've mentioned this before, but one thing that I do understand is that when you grow up poor, that feeling that comes with poverty, it never leaves you. And I don't really know how to describe that feeling. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I don't feel resentful that I have that feeling within me, because it helps me to, not forget where I came from, and not forget that there are people that out there that don't have access to the things that I have. So when I think about, the mothers and fathers out there, the young adults that are just getting started in their lives, and maybe they don't have a lot of money, they're walking into the grocery store and they're having this feeling, this sense of scarcity, it makes me angry. It really does, because I know that it doesn't have to be this way. I challenge anybody to look at the system that we have for egg production in the United States and tell me that it's a sustainable system, and tell me that it is a good system. It's a good long-term system for our health and our happiness as a nation. Tell me that it's based on health and it's not based on profit for a few corporations. And, it's been set up so that people are dependent on these big corporations. So when these problems arise, poor people suffer, animals suffer. They were already suffering. Now they're suffering even more. If we all had a system that worked more with nature, if we all had access to grow our own food, then we would not be running into these problems. And I know this is not something that can be changed overnight. Like, we can't shut down all the factory farms today. People will starve if we do that. But I think we have to start having a conversation about why these problems that we're experiencing right now are actually happening. How can we move towards a more sustainable future? And how can we kind of shift our priorities so that we're focusing on the health of all of us, the health of the individual person, our communities, animals, and the planet? If we were to change our priorities to that and brainstorm, I know we could come up with something better than what we've got going on right now. So one of the reasons I do hesitate sometimes to put videos up like this, even though these issues are really close to my heart, I kind of hesitate because I'm not really an expert in things like, the situations that have led to the conditions that we're experiencing right now. Like, I don't know that much about the supply issues that have been going on since COVID happened. I don't understand a lot about inflation. I don't understand just a lot about how that system works. I know that avian influenza also has something to do with it. What I'm hearing right now in the media is that this particular strain of highly pathogenic avian influenza is very virulent, and it's really, posing a danger to the poultry industry as well as wild birds. Avian influenza exists naturally in nature. It comes through every year. Now, usually it's low pathogenic, meaning that it's not going to go through and wipe out a flock. You might not even notice if it's around. But I guess, my question is, where are these virulent strains mutating? Where is this happening? Where is that unbalance in nature? And when I think about where something like that could happen and where these mutations could happen, I'm not picturing a backyard like this. I think you know what I'm picturing. So the whole thing about avian influenza, I know that it can get scary for you guys, and I do have an entire playlist about that. I'm hoping that it will kind of calm your fears if you're feeling nervous about it right now. Watch this playlist. I'm gonna leave it right here. I think it'll really help you. It's 100% friendly backyard chickens education and entertainment, and I know you're gonna love it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to me today.